my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence if it ain't moving. We making movies, moving. I get the chance to take it, we bout to build it. They leaving it vacant, I just go harder. I am unbothered, I gotta get it. I am so with it, I will go get it, that is the difference. I am not waiting, I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right, my grind too tight. Let's hear rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's
The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Dolphins and the Bengals. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
Ready, set.
Tua to throw right away. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked by Logan Wilson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long, better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they change their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 23-yard run. And the Bengals will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game, how about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January, and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor or is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of your head coach and how you prepare for things. And some things you just can't prepare for. If you're coming from a warm weather site, you can't make it cold enough like it is here in this ball game. But what you can do is just tell guys, dress for the weather and then play like we always play. And as the game goes along, typically those guys out there playing, you warm up enough that it really shouldn't affect you quite the same way. Now, if that's all you talk about, if you put that in.
Looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. Good footwork at the 30. 46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stat shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase from 13 yards out. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that way.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And he's off to a very poor start. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. We'll try and see if he can complete a few to the good guys here as he starts 1st and 10. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sam Hubbard, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Under pressure, they got him again. Trey Hendrickson providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. Dances by him. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. Incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So now the Cincinnati native, also former Bearcat, and now a Bengal, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams that just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, get the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Looking to pass. Tua. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. They find some open field here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make our score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. No return here for Wilson. To touch back, it'll come out to the 25. Cincinnati set to take over once again. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Now Burrow on 1st down. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now Waddle on the jet sweep. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but
touchdown Dolphins! Tyreek Hill, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here we go, here we go. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he's got some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 81 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Here we go. Here we go.
Pretty entertaining start. 14 all the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Here's a give to Mixon. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of...
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bengals have taken the lead. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And out come the Dolphins now.
But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
On 2nd and 10.
Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A handoff to Mixon. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. 2nd and 3 from the 9.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Touchdown!
Jamar Chase
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns.
So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it
at the 25. Two in the Dolphins offense getting ready to take over once again. He was intercepted on that last drive, the third one he's thrown in this first half alone. He'll look to right the ship here, 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Now Tua. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give to Edmonds. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. Buying time to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now Joe Mixon running right through him. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it?
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 23. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. On 2nd and 9, Tua. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And now here's another interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Being chased down, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Now it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
On 1, ready?
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Melvin Ingram from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there as they'll take on the visiting Baltimore Ravens. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game from the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Burrow. Pass incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Burrow will throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Ndamukong Suh in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 2nd and 5 now. Tua.
That might
might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Tua sets up to pass it. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Ready? Running left, here's Edmonds. And some space here. Oh, good move. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
Holding. Offense.
Liam Eichenberg, second-round pick in 2021 from Notre Dame, the guilty party. Play action, now it's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They fake the handoff, now Tua. On target over the middle to Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Ready?
On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Chase Edmonds with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are back within a score. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Oh, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. 116 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal
get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
From midfield now, Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
They gotta go.
Again, it's Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Burrow. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1, ready?
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown Cincinnati. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bengals will add to their 4th quarter lead. Now that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
McPherson on for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all total. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Tua. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath even did it 3 times. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. And out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out and ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Here we go.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Joe Burrow, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him start to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there. And in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Miami set to take over. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Looking to throw again on second down. Tua got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to pass. Tua. Floating one, incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you...
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TV. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So now here come the Dolphins.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Now Tua.
Gesicki hauling in the quick throw. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Tua to throw again. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TV.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
McPherson now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
7 yards there and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
All right, ready? Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's taken in by Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And they'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, you know, get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check.
Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.